Good Tuesday, just now at the crack of noon, and as you see, I'm holding Hereditary, and I want to hold this film up because I'm talking about Ari Aster's sophomore effort, and that is Midsommar. And boy, is this movie something else. Put this away and I'll get started. Let's do this. Alright. Let's just say I would never, ever want to go to Sweden. Ever. Midsommar is Ari Aster's sophomore effort to his phenomenal debut Hereditary, which came out last year. And Hereditary is a mind bender, but it's very, very powerful. I know a lot of people probably never still seen this movie, but it deals with grief in many, many ways, and it's got a very twisted ending. But I'm not talking about Hereditary because that might be in like a separate video where I just like pick out some of my favorite movies from like certain years, so that should be coming up whenever. But today I'm going to talk about Midsommar. Alright, Midsommar is about four youths and a friend of theirs who travel to Sweden to visit the, I guess you'd like call him like the outsider of the group, but he's from Sweden, and he invites them to join his family for an annual, I think they said like a week and a half Midsummer festival. Things go awry, and if this movie is not for you, I probably wouldn't see it. I mean, I probably wouldn't recommend it to y'all, because this movie has some very disturbing imagery, and it's marketed as a very sadistic movie. There are some sadistic images, but I really didn't see it to be that violent. But this movie is very, very wild, and it's not for the faint of heart, so I wouldn't take your children to go see this at all. It's basically what's called an art house movie, which is a movie that expresses artwork. And Hereditary is kind of like that also, but Hereditary turns out just like a normal movie, but the last 20 minutes gets really, really messed up with the revelations. But Midsommar is a thrill ride throughout, and you can never guess what's going to happen in this movie. It's one of those movies that you should see to believe, same as Hereditary. But like I said, this movie is not for everybody. It's very twisted, and there's a ton of graphic nudity in it. And there's this one scene, I feel like I do have to spoil it, but one of the main characters actually gets into like a mating ritual and like a barn of some sorts, and he actually has sex with one of the female villagers. All around him you see all sorts of women and all their glory. That scene made me very, very uncomfortable. I was like, okay. But yeah, this movie's very, very weird, and if you're like a film enthusiast like I am, y'all can go see it, but it's really not for everybody. So it's an art house film, so if you like art and film, then go see it. But there's a lot of disturbing imagery in this movie, and it's very twisted, but it's not gory and it's not scary at all. It's just weird. It has some aspects of like the Green Inferno and the Wicker Man, but it's more of like a Wicker Man sort of movie. But this movie is way more twisted than the Wicker Man ever will be. Now, the only Wicker Man movie I ever saw was the 2006 Nicolas Cage adaptation. Never seen the 1973 original, but I'll tell you what, the remake to The Wicker Man is a movie to behold, and it's almost like hilarious. I mean, especially there's like a part in this movie where you see like a bear in a cage, and it's never even referenced until like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie. And one of the main characters actually wears the bear suit. But I don't want to tell you what happens to him, because that's a pretty WTF ending. And Hereditary was one of my favorite movies from last year in the horror genre, but this movie was kind of underwhelming to me because it's way too long. It's a slow burn. Guys, this movie goes on for 146 minutes. That's almost 2.5 hours. And it's basically 2.5 hours of like a festival celebration. And yeah, there are like a couple parts where I almost kind of wanted to fall asleep. But I didn't. I saw it at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm wide awake, and I'm talking to y'all about this movie. But I'm going to wrap it up here in a minute. So, Midsommar is definitely a very, very, very weird movie. And it's not for the faint of heart, so if y'all have like a weak stomach, there will be a couple parts where you'll almost like retch or like gag. So, but this movie is nowhere near as violent as the Green Inferno. Now, the Green Inferno is something else. That's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, and so is Hereditary. But I think Midsommar takes the cake as being the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my life. And my final grade on this movie, based on my Stardust review, I gave this 3 stars, which is a C, and it's kind of like a mixed bag of emotions. You're either going to hate it or you're going to love it. I felt very mixed with it, but if you guys want to go see it for like $5 or wait till it comes out on Redbox, rent it for $1. But I probably recommend renting it on Redbox. Until next time, guys, like I said, I'm probably going to need like a day to like recover from this movie. But this has been Mike Pruitt, the real hero. I'm off to save the day from bad criticism and people who don't enjoy good movies. This movie is very weird, but y'all should know my social media websites. Guys, follow me on Stardust, follow me on Facebook. You can even friend me. I don't even care. Y'all can find me on Instagram as well. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you even feel comfortable, if y'all ever seen this movie yet, tell me what you think down in the comments. And guys, I'll see you next time for, whatever movie I'm going to review next, but I'm looking at Stuber, Crawl, and Annabelle Comes Home, but I'll make those reviews up as fast as I can. I got some other stuff to do for the rest of the week, so most likely I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a good day and enjoy the sunshine wherever y'all are at, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.